Most people don't know what credit score they need to buy a home or rental property, lower their car payment, or even get a high limit credit card. If that's you, then you want to watch this video until the end, as I'm going to break down exactly what's needed to accomplish your credit goals right now. Let's get right into it. Now, here are some major changes that's happening in 2025 with credit scores in general, okay? The very first thing is that pay collections. Also, people ask us all the time, can we help them with their credit? And we most definitely can. We can help you improve your credit score, qualify for homeownership, get funding for your business, and so much more. To learn more, you can go to 850clubelite.com, which is right here at the top of the screen, or you can scan the QR code to learn more. So first things first is maximizing your credit cards. The score that you want to shoot for is about a 650, okay? Once you get to 650, you can get a high limit credit card. You can also ask for a credit limit increase on your credit cards as well. What I tell people is to do, look to see what type of mail that you're getting. If it's starting to be with companies like American Express or Discover Card, Barclays, things of that sort, or the packaging is a little bit different, like it looks like a wedding invitation almost, that means they want to do business with you. To get to this point, you need to have a 650 plus. You can also consider upgrading your credit cards, going from secured to an unsecured card as well. Of course, if you have a secured credit card, then you also want to consider closing credit cards that don't have the best terms. When you close a card that doesn't have the best terms, you do want to look at how old that card is. If it's over 2 years old, 3 years old, you may want to keep it just because of that age. We want to build up that average age of history. But if that credit card is not the best, it has bad terms, it costs you money just to have that card, and it's less than 2 years old, you should strongly consider closing that card. Now, you can also consider getting multiple credit cards in general, okay? And listen, I've seen people have 25 to 50 high limit credit cards. You don't have to do that. But if you are at that 650 plus score, you most definitely can have as many high limit credit cards as you want to. Then you also want to consider building stronger relationships with different types of banks. Okay. Now, again, this is optional, but if you want to have different options as far as business funding or different options to refinance or whatever, you can most definitely have different banks to choose from once you build that relationship with them, along with getting business credit cards as well. Another goal that people are looking to accomplish in 2025 is home ownership. Now, in order to qualify for home ownership, all you have to have is at minimum a 580 credit score. Okay. So with a 580 or 640, you most definitely can do this. You can actually purchase up to 4 units with buying property. And also too, you may not know this, but for many of you all who are watching this and you have access to a VA loan, which is a loan that's given by the Veterans Administration, you can then qualify for $0 down as your down payment. Okay. Then you can also build equity with having that home. One of our clients was able to buy a house for about $125,000, and it wasn't in the best neighborhood. She knew this. She had no problem with this. That's the best that she could afford at that time. That property today is worth over $205,000. So even though it wasn't in the best neighborhood, she still built well over 70,000 plus of equity just by having that home. Now, keep in mind too, the numbers have to make sense if you decide to not only purchase, but if you decide to sell as well too. And you can consider long-term rentals, which is like a 1-year lease or more. Then you have short-term rentals, whether it's like an Airbnb, you most definitely could do that as well. Then current owners, like if you already own a home, this is where you should start considering refinancing, of course, when the rates do come down and the numbers make sense. Then you can also consider going into opening a HELOC, which is a home equity line of credit. So if your home has equity in it, you can tap into that equity and then take it out and decide if you want to pay off debt or make another investment. And then keep in mind, higher scores make the mortgage process a lot easier as well. Now, if your score is already there and you're looking to go into home ownership or rental property ownership, we can help you anywhere nationwide. Scan this QR code to learn more. Next is going to be auto loans. Now, with auto loans, you can get an auto loan even if you have a credit score under 640, but this is where the terms honestly get better. Okay. You can lower your car payment with better terms and getting a better interest rate. You could also consider purchasing a more updated used or new car if you want to as well. You may consider going from a purchase only to potentially having a lease, because with a lease, everyone can't lease a vehicle. You must qualify with a credit score. And most of the leases that are going to make sense numbers wise are usually when your credit score is about 640 plus. Okay. You can also consider trading in your vehicle now that you have a higher score. And then you can also go into getting removed from a cosign loan if the other party has this score. What does that mean? That means if you co-sign for someone and their credit was not the best when you co-sign for them, now you can consider actually going into telling them, saying, hey, listen, I think it's best that you go ahead and put this car in your name. They can now trade in their car. So they have to have a 640 to do this. They can either trade in the car, they can refinance with 100% in their name, but that's the score that they need in order to do so. Now, if you're watching this and you're saying to yourself, well, you know what? I could try to lower my car payment right now. You most definitely can. Scan this QR code to find out if you qualify. And don't worry, it's a soft pull. Now, if you don't have the best credit, but you're still looking to get an auto loan, don't worry, we can help you with that too. This is a nationwide service that works with dealerships in every city, every state to help you get into that bad credit auto loan. Scan this QR code to learn more. Next is considering getting a personal loan. Now, this is not something that you should just be trying to get just on a random basis. This is if it makes sense to you, whether you're looking to consolidate your debt. But let me break it down further, okay? So most personal loans you can get at about a 620, but the terms are going to make the most sense at about 650 plus. This is where, like I mentioned, you can consolidate your credit card debt. What does that mean? That means if you have, 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, whatever that number is, you add up all your credit card debt and you say, you know what, let me go ahead and get a personal loan. That way I can have better terms, a better rate. And of course, bringing those monthly payments down instead of having multiple payments, 3 payments, 5 payments, however many cards you have. You're now able to bring that down to one payment. Okay. You can also consider refinancing other open personal loans with a loan that's with better terms. And then you can also, if you're not able to refinance your auto loan with an auto loan refinance, I've seen people do this as well, where they get the personal loan and the personal loan has better terms. It has a better interest rate than the current auto loan. So it's nothing wrong with doing that either. Okay. And then you also can go into qualifying for a personal loan with decent terms in general if you just need a loan in general. Now, if your score is already there, you could qualify for up to $50,000 for a personal loan to do what I just mentioned, consolidating your debt, making an investment, whatever you want to do. To learn more, scan this QR code. Now, here are some major changes that's happening in 2025 with credit scores in general, okay? The very first thing is that pay collections will increase FICO 10T credit scores. This is huge because the 10T algorithm will be used mainly by the mortgage industry to kick things off, and then other industries are going to end up following suit. So now this won't happen until the third or fourth quarter of this year. So keep in mind, okay? Next is going to be that authorized user accounts will have a lesser value. So that means that if you end up, let's say, becoming an authorized user on your family member's credit card, your friend's credit card, or you paid to have a position as a trade line, then don't expect a lot of points from this, okay? This is where, again, you're not going to be able to see the points that people were talking about years ago. So they've lessened the amount of points, the value essentially when you are added as an authorized user. The next major change is that by Q3 of 2025, mortgage lenders are accepting both FICO 10T and Vantage scores. You may not know what Vantage score is off the top of your head, but Credit Karma uses Vantage Score. So the scores that you see, those are Vantage scores. And it's not just Credit Karma. That's Credit Wise, that's Wallet Hub, that's Credit Sesame, and so many others as well, too. So keep your eyes on that. All right. Next will be FICO score prices are increasing for mortgage lenders. So that means if you're looking to go into homeownership, probably past this year, like 2026 or towards the end of 2025, you're going to see that there is a higher cost when you get a credit report when you're going through this process. Okay. Now, some mortgage lenders don't charge the buyers, but again, it's nothing too crazy to worry about. But you most definitely want to know that, hey, I may end up paying out of pocket for them running my credit, even though I'm the one that's actually buying the home. So be sure to ask that question when you're going through the home buying process with your mortgage lender. Now, if your credit score is not where you want to be, or you're tired of paying for either credit repair and not seeing results, or you're tired of seeing all these people get approved for homeownership and it is not happening as fast as you want it to, then you need to consider our 850 Club Elite community. In our community, we're going to help you improve your credit score. We're going to help you qualify for homeownership. We're going to show you how to lower your car payment, how to qualify for high limit credit cards. Also, you're going to learn from other people, whether people that specialize in either business credit or they have a certain type of score in general. And then when we interview them, you'll be able to ask certain types of questions. And what's so great about being a part of a community is that when you're in a community, sometimes people ask questions that you didn't think about because you're either not there yet in your credit journey, or it's just something that you didn't think about in general. So you'll be able to learn from other people as well. You'll also be able to get all access to the courses that we have. That includes our advanced credit blueprint, our car buying course, our home buying course, and so many others that we're going to be adding as well too. You also get early access to YouTube videos. So when we do our interviews or we have our credit specialty education videos, you'll be able to get access to that as well. Not to mention, you'll also get discounts on products and services. And we also do monthly challenges and monthly giveaways as well. So scan this QR code or go to 850clubelite.com to learn more today. Thanks again for watching and good luck to you on accomplishing your credit goals.